One of the two optional challenges is about to be completed as we head to Aquatos. To gather all the sewer crystals, they should be worth 2,000 apiece, which means about 180,000 bolts in the game here. Not that much at all. Possibly a level or two. First, we shall go to Slim Cognito. I don't know. Still no new fucking weapons. Are you fucking kidding me? I swear to God, at some point he gives you the bouncer and the shield that you put around you. I swear to fucking God he does. What can I say? It's just it's not been working out. It has not been working out. Yeah, sell one sewer crystal. Oh, I already had one apparently. 2,000 bolts is the number, and there are 98 left. Now we do have magnetic boots, as you can see here. So there are two sections: the ones not marked by the mapper, which do not require the magnetic boots, gravity boots, and the ones that are marked by the mapper, which do require the boots. So first thing you do, locate where some crystals might be, and I believe I have located one at the end of this tunnel here. Yes. Now, it will happen a number of times that I will find one of those, but it will not appear because I'm on the wrong side. So, to that end, using the mapper is quite helpful. Like this one here, you would think will not appear from here. Oh, but it does. Okay. That's very convenient. Alright, and now thank you. Now we grab this, and the first bit is done for that particular section. So shoot out one of these, and it should be enough to take care. Yeah, see this one right here. I'm supposed to come on it from the other side. So, well, I do wonder if there's any way to. No, definitely not. Anyway, so given that I have to warp around to the other side, you would think I'll go around and then back. That's probably game plan right there. So that's the section that brings you up to the hidden area. So as for right now, just take care of these guys. How much XP do I get for killing these guys? Let's see, 3,719. And these guys, got it up to 3,720. Oh dear. So I think we'll be coming out of this one feeling pretty lucky if we level this thing up once. So that's unfortunate. If you got like one per little guy, okay, it's 38. That one was a lot better. That one was like 18. So some slight inconsistencies there in regards to how it chooses to operate, but this should be the one that we were looking at. No, it's not, but it should be heading to the one that we were looking at, and we've got normal one right there, and this one, yeah, it's on the other side. So what the fuck? Oh, I see. So I was on this side already, and I basically just looped around thinking I was on the other side like a fucking idiot. Yeah, now that I think about it, that was totally illogical, and I'm amazed that I failed to notice it sooner. Alright, big guy. There we go. 3,801. You can, of course, just use the Quack Array here, and that saves you a bunch of ammo. And there may come a time when that's exactly what I will do. Vieni qua. Vieni qua. That's Italian for come here. And I don't know why, it just sort of came to me. Usually it's the other way around. Usually that's speaking Italian and, you know, I'll come out speaking in English by accident without even realizing. But this time, you know, I just felt like, vieni qua. You know? It just works. Alright. Well, the disc blade gun may not be feeling the leveling here, but it's doing a great job, I'll tell you what. Ooh. That was a lot quicker than I expected it to be. So from now on I'm going to be using the Quack Array because I don't want any potential ammo crates that I get to give me ammo for stuff that isn't the disc blade gun. So we shall be introducing a number of ducks in this area, which is fine by me because ducks are probably my favorite animal. Well, one of my favorite. There's quite a lot of animals I like. I like tortoises. I like ducks, obviously. Especially the mandarin duck, if you look it up. Plus, it's mandarin, and not only is it a nice animal, it's mandarin, so it has a little bit of that, you know, exotic flair, if you like. To me, anyway. Obviously, I imagine to someone from Mandarin China, it's pretty normal. Maybe they look at this yellow duck that we're depicting here, thinking, "Whoa, that's fucking, you know, that's exotic. That's downright picturesque," you know. Well, that is incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. And how much XP does it have? 125 out of 5. God damn fucking 1,000. Well. I wasn't even looking at the screen there. Yeah, this is gonna be a while. But I do think that this is more fun to traverse than the desert and ice areas from going commando. The latter one I didn't even bother to clear of all the crystals because I said fuck it. I won't. So there's two ways that we can go about this. You go up there and that obviously leads to the hidden area, or you go down here, which you don't need the gravity boots to do. It leads to this area. And there is indeed a titanium bolt opportunity locatable here. I think it'd be further over there. I'm not sure why that came out sounding so Irish, but yeah. So there's kind of a confusing little section of the map here. You think you're heading into the green area, but that's only if you followed the path up there. Otherwise, you can just keep going here. You know whether you're in the lower area based on whether there's water. If there is, then you are in the lower area. I think this looks like it'd be... No, it is correct. All right. Yeah, you have to follow it this way. Okay. killing the ducks here just to save on the frame rate here. Because it can get quite crowded. And when it does, it can get quite laggy. Yep, backwards. You can usually tell if they're backwards if they're right on the entrance to a new tunnel. If they're right on a corner, for instance, they're usually backwards. So they're correct most of the time if they have a lot of distance to travel before you actually get to them. Like this one, for instance, that's about the longest path for one of the, I don't know what you would call them, the sewer beasts, let's say, that is probably present in the whole area, so it's definitely gonna be correct. This one could go either way. Yeah, usually you can guess as to how it's supposed to. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy there. Frame rate gods are not being kind today. Though I suppose you wouldn't expect them to be, considering all the shit I'm spawning on the screen and all the shit that it is spawning on screen as a result. Fucking creating like 20 ducks, and all these ducks are shooting out eggs that explode. So, you know, for a PS2, that's pretty tricky. But of course, this is not on a PS2, so a little bit odd. But I do believe that my PS3 is sort of coming to an end as far as its I was gonna say natural lifespan, but it's not very natural, is it? Its lifespan is, well, it hasn't got much left, shall we say. I believe the PSU in particular is starting to die on me, so I'm quite surprised that that was actually correct, because it was, again, right on the entrance to that particular section of the tunnel. I suppose it's quite good if my PS3 is dying that I am getting as much recording done on it as I am, because, well, obviously once it dies, that's not gonna be an opportunity that's available to me, so... Woo. That's pretty fucking cool. I never knew you could do that. And you know, by the end of this, despite the fact that I'm getting like 0 experience per slime, I might still come out with a level, possibly 2. I would expect that as soon as I get ammo for the disc gun, it's gonna level up, so that's positive, but perhaps that is not the case. How much have we got on it? 581, so I got 10% overall. A little more than 10% actually, so you wouldn't think that it'd be enough for a full level, but you know, it's progress. We like things that progress, surely. Why stay stagnant when you can improve? Better yet, get worse so you can complain about it. Not even fucking looking. Alright, and well, there's actually quite a lot of area in this particular section of the tunnel, as you can see, that is useless, and that does not lead to any crystal. Well, except for that one. Oh, it's hidden by the Gadgetron logo. That's very, very, very disappointing, Insomniac. I expected better from you. But yeah, there is a Gadgetron vendor here, and a lot of nanotech. So, there's a disc blade gun ammo, just in time for this area to be clear. So, at this point I'll be using this. Hello? Jesus, motherfucking Christ, dude. Well, That's incredible. That's going back to Ratchet and Clank 1 frame rate right there, and that's not a compliment. Alright. Now we head to the second of the lower areas. Well, the third one, but the second one in this particular quadrant, if you like. Is there a teleporter here? No. There is not. Alright. Woo, and after this one we'll be halfway through. Only half. That was only half. That's more along the lines of what I was looking for there, out of my quote. Don't actually remember the accent. The quote is from the pretty bad Funimation dub for Dragon Ball Z when Goku comes out of the hyperbolic time chamber with Gohan and is like, and he goes down to Korin and he asks Korin to judge how strong Cell is in comparison to him. And then he says, I'll power up a little bit, and then he powers up and, you know, shit goes down, and he's like, well, that was about half of my full power, in that really weird American Goku accent. Ooh. Longer range and better homing. Cool. And then Korin says that was only half, or something along the lines of that. Ooh. It'd be fun to use this guy. Got the disc blade gun to V4. Well, that's obviously working well. And a single rift inducer is enough to clear a good number of these guys. So it'll be interesting actually to wait until there's a section with a few of them, like this one. This one's pretty crowded. Let's have them all come over. They don't hardly do any damage, so it's fine. 1963. Remember, it's the year that Please Please Me came out, the very first Beatles album. And now we are in 2002, just in time for The Odyssey by Symphony X. So that's a fair improvement right there. That's like 40 XP in a single shot. So considering that it needs a total of 4,000, obviously I'm not going to be expecting to level this whole thing up, but that's a nice bit of XP there. I think The Odyssey was in 2002. I'm pretty sure it was. Wow. And 2052, so that was even a little bit more than average there. Or maybe the example I had there to try it out was a little bit below average. Who knows? Something very, very satisfying about this. Extremely satisfying. Well, that was even more. That was around 70. So, no complaints here. No, I didn't mean to shoot that. Okay. I'll just knock this one in here and then just leave, honestly. I'll still be doing the work. Hopefully. Probably. The bolts appear to home without any real limit as far as how much they can travel, so if that's the case, then I don't really have to linger anywhere. Alright, and that should be the crystal that we were looking for, and it is. Come on then, you fat bastards. Every single one of you. Aggro. Chase. You of course want to be efficient in how you handle situations like these, so use as much ammo As little ammo as possible, actually. As much ammo is about the opposite of what I was going for, but there you go. One shot for about 100 right there. So, well, actually, less than 100 because I didn't check the time when I shot it out by accident. So it was probably around 50 or something like that. But oh, damn, bitch! Wow. That was around 80. Now, what do you go for now? What do you go for? Which one requires the least experience to level up? Shock Blaster. 300 experience. Spitting Hydra. Well, if this requires 300 experience, then I suppose it's your weapon of choice. It's not gonna be the best though, because it's also a really weak weapon, but it could be the second V5. It's leveling up real quick like. No, not sure if there's a need to actually use that charge thing, because they're all just gonna die in one hit anyway, so fuck me, this is leveling up quickly. And there's a Gadgetron vendor here, so no worries about ammo. Is this the big guy? Neat. Alright. I really wish you could zoom in a little bit more. And now big guy again. So I suppose I'll be leveling them up like this based on which one needs the least experience. Although that's a good strategy to use for the earlier weapons, the ones that are likely to use that require the least experience, because I'll not be wanting to use them later on in the game when I'm actually fighting strong enemies. Fucking Christ. Jesus. I mean, this is almost like Blight Town, and to be fair, it probably looks like what I imagine, a sci-fi Blight Town might look like. So you'd expect frame drops to happen. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Almost V5. This has got to be the right way, right? I mean, probably not for the one that's around the corner, because I expected that'll be the big guy. And here's a V5 right here. Shock cannon. It's 100, yeah. Can be swept across that. I can confirm that is indeed the case. So what's the difference? Regular shot is now the same as the charged shot. And as far as how powerful that is, we'd have to use it on the big guy. And as I suspected, you have to go around. So to verify how strong that is, we'll have to use it on the big guy. And I preferably use it on two of them actually, so we can see how strong the charged attack is in isolation, because it of course has an extra charged attack now, which is this one. It uses 10 ammo, so a little awkward, but pretty good. Now what about that? Obviously you'd expect it to be 10 times as strong, right? That's pretty cool. You can shoot it and it lingers for like half a second or so, so you can, as the guide said, sweep it across enemies and just kind of destroy all of them at once, which is pretty cool. However, I propose that we now move on to the next lowest in terms of XP requirements. It's either the plasma whip or the nitro launcher. Or the sock cannon, actually. Sock cannon is even lower, so sock cannon it is, and it seems like a fairly appropriate weapon to be using in a situation like this, where you're looking at a lot of weak enemies. No, fuck off, really? Can only suck off the weakest ones? Well, that's fine. Doesn't really use any ammo whatsoever, so there's no real concerns about that. You'd think that this is not gonna pop up, but it does. And 2 shots. Wow. Really? So, whip him up, and then suck him up. That is efficiency at its finest, and I believe in efficiency. So I am very pleased by this. This is a desirable outcome. Come on, get sucked. Get sucked. I really wish there was a way to suck up enemies while, you know, you still have some ammo left. So let's see how much we're getting out of this. I think it was like 4. It was about 4, right? When I checked. It's now at 34. Okay. So, not brilliant. Okay, we're done with the visible stuff. So now we head up to the 2nd level. And it's gonna get a little dizzy in here. I apologize for that. Yeah. Sadly, not dizzy in the sense of Dizzy Rascal, the UK grime musician. Later. Now it's gonna get a little bit confusing here because, well, there's ups and downs actually. One of them is the fact that these guys, which are now actually weaker as you saw because I one-shot them, they're up on these little grates, so you don't have to worry about getting to them the right direction. They just sort of appear, so it's a lot more streamlined going through here, but unfortunately there is no, as you can see, level floor, so as a result of that, you're always sort of doing this with the camera, so that's where the dizziness may come from. And of course, immediately as I say there are no walls, up comes one, so I suppose there's a bit of both, actually, which probably for the best. Rise! No. Ho ho ho, Jesus. Cool, so that's where that one was from, so presumably just charting a vector to that particular wall there. And boy, is it a good vector. I should do maps. Oh, that helps. I didn't see this one, but it helps. Cool, so the idea was take it from here. Well, it's possible there's going to be another wall at the end of this with... Nope, it's a grate, so as a result... Come on, get sucked. What the fuck? I always sort of practice the gravel reaction to the what is it called? Solo D, I think, from Satch Boogie. So, you know, he's doing his tapping stuff. And then he goes, "What the fuck, yeah? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the what? What the fuck? What the fuck?" It's not great. I think he'll probably have some objections to it if ever he were to hear me do that impression, but that is how I do it. Oh, I can't fucking do the slam attack. Are you kidding me? Alright. Cool. Hello, sirs. How would you like to be sucked? Oh, dude, almost at V5. Almost at V5. What? You don't want to expect this to give you any XP, but I can at least gain some ammo out of it. And with it, V5. Vortex cannon. What do we got? Fires flaming comets that set anything they hit on fire. Yep, I can confirm that that is indeed the case. Oh, can it really not break through the crystal? Well, apparently it was able to break through that. And not quite a one-shot. That one very convincingly a one-shot though. So I suppose now I'm going to be working on the Plasma Whip. This gets pretty cool once it's leveled up, I have to say, but of course until then it's pretty bad, pretty awkward. So, despite everything, this video has actually turned out to be very successful in terms of leveling up. Who would have thought? Slim's not giving us the weapons. Crystals are taking a fairly long time, and yet it's been a success, and it will continue to be one all the way to 98, and the titanium bolt, of course. Whoa, I was not expecting that one. Where the fuck do you think you're going, my friend? My friend? Come on, get down here. These ones, these spiky ones, they're real weak. For reasons unknown. Where's the Gadgetron stuff? You'd expect there to be ammo here, and there indeed is. Yep, back to full. Convincingly. And, well, just a few more, it looks like. It looks like they'll be easy ones. All bunched up. All ready for the taking. I've been thinking, with vocabulary as infinitely complex as mine, I should probably consider the path of a novelist. But of course, you know, when you're a novelist, you have to make excuses as for why you're not writing, so... especially when you're an amateur. So that's what I've been working on. And doing pretty well, actually. The main excuse right now as for why I'm not writing is because I need to complete my Let's Play on YouTube, which I haven't even started uploading as of the time of recording this. So... yeah, there's a bit of an unnecessary backlog. I don't really have a reason not to be uploading, but I have not yet uploaded a single Up Your Arsenal episode yet. I think I'll just get the whole thing recorded first and then just upload that. And it would be nice to obtain a schedule where I can record a whole game, beginning to end, and then as I'm recording the next game, I can just upload all the stuff that I recorded previously. And the nice thing there, of course, is if I do skip a day or two, I can just pause on the uploading. see, there should be some hyper shot stuff, but that's for later. That's for the titanium bolt. No. Okay. You turn this way now. Up. Now what? There's no teleporter here. That's a little strange that that's the case. But there should be a passage here. Is there not? I suppose not. In that case, you must enter it from another one of these tunnels. Right. Hmm. $73 god damn fucking crystals. Ooh, that looks spooky. Look at that. There's a grate there. And some sort of tunnel. Have I never noticed this before? Is it a very obvious thing that... Well, I suppose I'll be going up here instead. That works. Yeah, see how there's a grate there, almost as if to say that there's a third level above that one, which I've never noticed before. That must be where I want to be going. So, you get down here and turn left. And from here, left again. Up. This has got to be the path. Okay. And a teleporter as well. And the hyper shot. So, you gotta keep this spot in mind. That one right here. Because that's gonna be the key to accessing the next areas. So, let's go ahead and grab the last remaining 25 crystals. And what has been a very easy and very relaxed grinding session. Although actually, now that I think about it, you would probably just connect to the other area by that section, which leads to the last remaining crystals. So, useful, although it's useful to know where the hypershot sections are, not really necessary in this particular situation. Fuck off. Damn, bitch. I've been sort of frustrated with something recently, and I've been considering doing a kind of study on music, whereby I would kind of chart some sort of, you know, family tree of music, if you like, starting with all the various classical music traditions, of which of course is more than one, and you know, starting from, for instance, Western classical music, which would begin with things like Gregorian chants, onto, you know, whatever comes afterwards, I suppose. Let's see, coming out of the medieval era with Gothic music, and then Renaissance, and then there's Baroque, and then there's Romanticism, something like that. And do the same thing for various other styles of music. And, you know, for instance, like Vietnamese classical music or Indian classical music. And then keep doing that, going through history until you start finding, you know, the fusion stuff. And then, you know, where, for instance, in jazz fusion, the various styles that develop throughout history in various parts of the world come together in the more modern era, which is, of course, the era, and I'm referring to that as 1900 to today, the era that has produced by far the best music, in my opinion, of any era. I would sort of do that so that I'd have a more comprehensive knowledge of music, you know, going from all the obscure metal shit that I already know, and all the slightly less obscure but still fairly obscure jazz stuff, through to perhaps stuff I've never even heard of. And that's all well and good, but you know, I've been a little bit disappointed in the lack of availability, the lack of live music in this particular context, because of course I do know some music that, you know, blends jazz with perhaps, you know, Indian or Arabic music. It's not new to me. There's this musician called the Rabi Abu Khalil, who I've discovered recently and really been enjoying. But yeah, this sort of music, you just don't they don't come to Italy, you know? They don't. And it's unfortunate. It's a great music. And I suggest his album Blue Camel, if you can find it on YouTube, which you can because it's very easy to find, and there's a full album stream and it's decent quality for YouTube. And it's worth checking out, I think. And of course, you know, the disappointing thing about doing a project like what I'm thinking about is that if you really commit to it, you learn so much, you discover so much new music, that you're probably not really going to ever get a chance to see most of it live. Which is, of course, where the majority of music sort of comes into its own, is in the live performance, in my opinion. Not only in the sense of, you know, a lot of live versions of songs and albums oftentimes being better, but also because over time the composition changes a little bit live. Because, you know, I saw the Aristocrats live, and obviously they do all have a penchant for improvisation, but most of it is probably just like, you know, when you hear a song being played live and it sounds the same as a studio, you can say, oh, it's a jazz record, so they just improvise a lot. I think probably, and it's something that Guthrie Govan, the guitarist in the Aristocrats, also says, is that, you know, when you compose a song, you may have, you know, the one idea that may have lived in your head for maybe, you know, a lot of years, possibly, until you eventually make a song that you think, you know, works with that little idea, which could be a slight melody, you know, maybe a chord progression, something like that. And then you compose it, and it might take a month or a week or a day, and then, you know, you get together with the other guys and you record it, and that's it. You rehearse for like a week, if that. Maybe you don't rehearse at all, and then you just get in the studio and you record it, and it takes an hour or two, and you're done. And the song is over. So, you know, that's not really a lot of time to get to know a song, I think. And when you hear songs being played differently live, chances are, in my opinion, that it's not just, it's improvisation because it's a jazz record, but it's probably just a case of, I would say, the song sort of taking on a new character over time. You learn more about the song that you maybe didn't know was there, because obviously you're gonna start in a live performance and you're gonna improvise, but you're gonna find something that just works. And maybe at some point, maybe the bassist improvised a slightly different groove, and you were getting into it because you're the drummer, and the guitarist was also getting into it, and then you thought, okay, maybe we do that again. Maybe it works for the song, and then you do it again next time, and it works again next live performance. So it wasn't just a one-off improvisation thing. And you do it again, and maybe this time you improvise around that section, and now, start going from one song. That was one thing. You've created a slight variation in the song. The song has grown over time, so that's why it's important to see live music being played live, because it's not just going to be the same thing but played, sloppier and faster if you're a metal guy, or it's not going to be the same thing but 20 minutes longer and full of improvisation if you're a jazz guy. It's not going to be the same thing but louder. It's gonna have its own character. It's gonna be a different song. It's gonna be the same song, but it's gonna be more mature. It's gonna be a more grown song, if you like. The song has grown up, quite literally. So it's important to see how it's grown, to hear how it's grown, if you like. And obviously, I would be very interested to know how songs off the album Blue Camel, for instance, but just as well off any other album by the same musician, Rabbi Abou Khalil, if I'm remembering the name correctly. It's quite hard to remember. I'd be very interested to know how those songs have grown over time, and I would go and find out if I could fucking find, any live performances near me. There's another kind of jazz with Arabian elements guy who's doing a bit of a tour, but he's only going in France. He's going to Sweden, Germany, fucking Luxembourg. I don't even fucking know how you pronounce it, but fucking shittiest country in the world. Okay, they're rich and all that, but no one gives a shit about them, and they're not coming to Italy. Italy, the country that has produced more art, more culture, more history, the country that has produced the greatest number of influential people throughout the course of history, the country that has shaped the world the most. We fucking invented the bank. Italy is the creator of the oldest living bank. And how's that? That's changed the fucking world. Every bank you've ever seen copies La Banca dei Monte dei Paschi di Siena. The oldest bank in the world. It's 1492, I think. It was still the medieval period, technically, historically speaking. And we had a bank, and it's stayed the same fucking bank ever since. So even, we're not just, Italy's and it's pizza and, old paintings and old statues and old cities. No, we're pioneers, we're revolutionary people. You look at the countries that revolutionized the world the most, and you have to say probably the United Kingdom. Although technically it's not always been the United Kingdom, but the area of the British Isles, England, is up there. France is up there. Germany's up there. So is Italy. Where we matter. Not anymore, but at one point we did matter. And I think, is that not fucking worth? Do we not deserve one fucking stop so that we can listen to some guy from... what's he from? Actually, I totally don't remember where the guy's from. I think he's... I have to fucking check, sorry. He's from Lebanon. So, my question is, have we not earned enough as a country for this one Lebanese jazz musician to come over and play a fucking gig? Have we not given it our all? You know, do I have to fucking go out to France to watch this guy play? Liquid nitrogen gun. And it's not misspelled. I don't think. I thought there was a weapon that was misspelled. Once I was leveled up and I thought that was the one, but evidently not. Cool, so liquid nitrogen gun. This is the weapon that I feel is better in this game than it was in Going Commando. Because it maintains the jet, the stream, rather than becoming the meteor gun, which I felt was a little bit awkward. I felt it was slightly awkward. So, that's what I'm trying to say, is that I think we as a country deserve Rabbi Abu Khalil. He's not even on tour right now. But I do believe that what I'm saying is true. I do believe that we thoroughly deserve, you know, to get just a few fucking I'm okay with going like on the train for an hour or two. I don't mind. You know, I welcome it. I go out to a new city. It's not always, you know, I don't always get to go to Rome, for instance. I don't always get to go to, oh, what the fuck was it called? Perugia. For some reason, whenever I'm speaking English and I have to say a word in Italian, it comes off sounding wrong. But yeah, I don't always get to go to these places, so when I do, I welcome it. But all I'm just trying to say is, fucking at least come over here, musicians, man. Italy is a big place. It's got the same fucking number of people as the United Kingdom. It's got twice almost as many people as Canada, despite being the size of California. And it's one of the richest, culturally and historically speaking, countries in the world. So, you know, it's not like, you know, it's not like I'm from fucking Kyrgyzstan or something and I'm saying, you know, pay more attention to us. Obviously, you could be forgiven for drawing a world map and forgetting Kyrgyzstan, but fucking Italy? Really? Like, I know we're not the best country in the world, obviously. We're far past our prime, and, you know, despite the fact that the United States of America would not exist without Italy, we're no longer as important as the United States of America. I know that. But fucking at least, you know, give us a concert or two. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. This is the last crystal coming up. The match between Trump and O'Sullivan has been going on for about 2 hours now, so considering their speed of play, it's more than likely over by now. My mom's gonna be coming over very shortly to wish me good night, I think. Oh, hello. Hello. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked. Alright. And there's 98. Well, what a marathon. What a marathon. Let's go ahead and grab all these coins. It's gonna be a fair amount.
That's the last of them.
Now I can finally make my wife that sewer crystal necklace she's always wanted.
Say, what are sewer crystals? Exactly.
Oh, trust me, it's better you don't know. Well, boys, I'll be seeing you one of these days.
Alright. 470,000 bolts. Hear it? That's not a lot. Ah. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. I'm gonna actually check real quick whether the match is still ongoing, and if it is, what the scoreline is. I think it's Eurosport 2, could be 1. Come on. Come on. Come on. Fuck off. I think it's gotta be Eurosport 1 then, based on... What the fuck, yeah? What the fuck? Come on. Fucking prick. What? Really? This is a new one. The fucking thing is in...
Del Tronto, I'll give you some restaurant ideas.
It is, okay, it just takes a really long time to load. And that one was cycling, so clearly not... Oh my god. Don't crash. Your fucking streaming website. Come on.
Hold the speed well as she approached the second jump for that backflip with a double grab of the skis as well. Perhaps sank a little low on the landing. The judges really want to see.
ITV4 streaming, let me see. Leyland Trade. Sponsored evening.
Through. Supreme queuing from Trump. And look where the remaining colours are.
2 up over Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yes, he looked to see if the glue had popped to the left middle.
That's pretty cool.
But he's not prepared to take that
So,
chance.
As is the fact that he got all the crystals. So next time we'll be going to...
Interesting little shot here. Could play it to the bottom. Plays it to the middle. He's obviously going to be on the pink, but he's got to get onto it somehow where he can pop the black as well. Doesn't want to be
12.
straight on this.
Okay, he's on pink. He needs... Oh, hang on. Pink and black.
Intriguing
Alright.
little shot this.
Next
with.
time we'll be going to... Oh, I just realized that
There is a
probably
shot
hear
here
the
that you
stream.
can play this with lots of topspin on the left-hand side and bend the cube.
So- and there should be about a 420 millisecond delay between it. So I just muted the streaming so that you can't hear it. Okay, he's on the black. Come on, knock it in, knock it in, knock it in, Trump. Come on, do it. And it's in. And he's 4-2 up. 1 frame to go. So, next time we'll be doing Annihilation Nation. I just wanted to get to an hour, to be honest.